Now let's do a review of the newspapers. We have the Daily Graphic. We have on the front page of the Daily Graphic, two bodies fight over gold export as State loses billions of dollars in revenue. The story is captured on page 3 of the Daily Graphic, and it reads in the opening paragraphs as confusion erupting between the Ghana Standards Authority and the Precious Minerals Marketing Company Limited, the PMC, over which of them has the authority to certify gold for export. It's quite an interesting battle that has been captured by the Daily Graphic. It says this resulted in revenue loss of an estimated $25 billion in gold sales to the state between 2010 and 2015, according to data from the Bank of Ghana. And already the Daily Graphic is gathering that a meeting convened by the Chief of Staff, the Attorney General, etc., has failed to resolve the growing tension. Several correspondents cited by the Daily Graphic also is showing a combative posture by the two government agencies, each taking or staking a claim to the sole mandate to certify gold for export. Charlie, someone will say much ado about nothing, really. Why do you fight two state institutions of the same? But there's an interesting story. It's very tragic. Old students of the Commonwealth Hall and their associates, they went to a funeral and then finally converged at the Commonwealth Hall, University of Ghana, and then subsequently something ensued. The story, as we have it, footballer 23 stabs Vandal to death, and it's captured in the Daily Graphic, as well as various online portals, and it's been dominating the news media since Saturday evening. It says a 23-year-old footballer is in the custody of the Legon police for allegedly stabbing a former student of the university to death following an argument. The deceased has been identified as Martin Trinebois, alias Tipsy, who is 32 years old, and the suspect, George Osei-Mensah, who claims to be an associate vandal, is said to have stabbed Trinebois, who is also a vandal, with a broken bottle at the Commonwealth Hall. We were told that they were returning for a funeral in Dodowa. The two had started arguing over something that has not been identified by the press till today. And then they continue the argument when they converge ultimately at the Commonwealth Hall, University of Ghana, and, you know, anger is something just led to the stabbing of the young man, 32-year-old, alias Tipsy. May he so rest in peace, though. But investigations are currently continuing. And we'll bring you this piece by, again, Latif Idris, who went there. We'll do a recap of that story as we also bring you the latest on the subject. And then also
a misery is the argument that eventually resulted in the stabbing incident, and not even the police could tell. Speaking to JoyNews, Public Relations Officer of the Greater Accra Regional Police Command, ASP Ifyatenge, said the police is looking forward to unraveling that misery from the suspect, who, according to the police, has so far been cooperative with investigations.
From what the police are gathering, there was an argument that ensued between the two of them, which escalated, leading to one of them stabbing the other. As to whether it was a knife or a bottle, that one is yet to be established. And since then, the police has moved in arresting the suspect. Presently, he's in police custody, assisting police in investigations. This morning, to the crime scene, investigators had to go back to the scene to pick up certain evidential values or information for the purpose of investigation. So it's still under investigation.
We're talking about argument. Has the suspect told the police exactly what they were arguing about?
He has said something, but for now we are still speaking to witnesses to verify what he told us. So I don't think it's very good for me to put it out there. But there was an argument, which of course has been confirmed by one of you. And but as to whether that was what actually led to the incident, all these ones are yet to be established. And as we speak to people, probably we'll get a clearer picture of what happened.
And already we know that Mrs. Stingis said that when the incident was reported to the police, some policemen were dispatched to the crime scene. And so far, the area has been cordoned off. And that's on page 16 of the paper. We also have choose credibility, integrity over money. Dr. Evans Amfo, 98-year-old, is a man of great integrity, great medical doctor and surgeon, we're told. He says Ghana's oldest living medical practitioner, Dr. Emmanuel Evans Amfo, has advised medical doctors to choose credibility and integrity over money in the practice of the profession. He said, in the medical profession, the pocket of a doctor was not the foremost priority for practitioners, but rather patriotism that would ultimately lead to saving human lives. Speaking when the management and students of Family Health University College Medical School paid a courtesy call on him at his residence in Accra last Thursday, the 98-year-old surgeon urged students and doctors to serve their country with the best of dedication. Great. Well, we know that's the group from Ghana's premier private medical school, that is the Family Health University College Medical School, was led by Professor Enyonam Yao Kwaukumi and Dr. Mrs. Susu Bridget Kwaukumi, the president and the co-president respectively of the university college. Congratulations to them. They've done great work, tremendously establishing that school. Now, don't demonize profit-oriented businesses. That's President Kufuor. And the story is on page 44 of the paper. And today we're just doing thorough review of the newspapers and great work. So page 44. So you go to page 44, and it's been captured as saying that former President John Ejekom Kufuor has cautioned Ghanaians against demonizing profit-oriented businesses, saying such actions would not help the private sector to thrive. The former president made the remarks when he joined workers of Jospon Group of companies to mark their annual praise and Thanksgiving service held in Accra over the weekend. That's great. All right, congratulations to him as well and the Jospon Group. On the back page, though, we have 1 week ultimatum for sun winners at Naomi. Measure to save water treatment. And Naomi is located somewhere around the northern region. We're told that the Northern Regional Minister Salifu Said, who is also the chairman of the Regional Security Council, issued the ultimatum when he led members of the council to the area last Friday. Okay, so now let's look at the Ghanaian Times. And, you know, just last week there was a week of anti-corruption that has been ushered into Ghana. And so we have 2016 Auditor General's report apparently declaring that accounts clerk embezzles 314,173 Ghana cedis at TI Ahmadiyya Senior High School. And we know we have a picture there of Daniel Domblavo, who is the acting Auditor General of Ghana. But at the end of the day, it's also about not the focus being only on politicians, but also on the civil servants, those in the middle level of various public institutions, etc., being also corporate of all this. So it's something we have to take a critical look at. It says, Mr. Daniel Oting, an accounts clerk of TI Ahmadiyya Senior High School in Ashanti region, has been cited in the Auditor General's report for embezzling that amount of money, 314,000 Ghana cedis belonging to the school. And the report is indicating that Mr. Oting obtained the Bank of Ghana stamp and the code of the school's bank account, which allowed him entry into the account and altered figures on the bank statement. And the 2016 report of the Auditor General on Pre-University Educational Institutions, signed by the Auditor General, copied the Speaker of Parliament, recommended that management of the school should recover the amount with interest at the prevailing bank rate from Mr. Oting and disciplinary action taken against him. I hope they will do so. So we have other stories. The government keen on tackling swine flu at Kumasi Academy. That's on page 18 of the paper. And then ex-President Kufuor lost Jospon Group's role in nation building. That's on page 25 of the paper as well. And then we have one soldier killed, others injured in Tamale, Bolga road crash. That's quite a tragic story. It's there. You scroll up, you can find it there. But on page 4 of the paper, the Ghanaian Times, the story is well articulated or written there, and it's a very tragic story of soldiers who were doing good work and then had to die. One had to die actually, and the rest getting injured. A military man died while several others sustained various degrees of injuries on Saturday when a military vehicle in which they were traveling on was involved in an accident on the Tamale-Bolga main road in the northern region. And the personnel were told were on their way to Boko in the Upper East region on official duty when a cargo vehicle loaded with foodstuff from Wale Wale veered off its lane and ran into them at the outskirts of Pong Tamale. It's a very sad incident. I read it on the news portals over the weekend, and the Ghanaian Times, though, has an editorial, the editor's piece, his own words. It says, a year on after election 2016, please, it's on page 4 of the paper, the Ghanaian Times. Go grab a copy and read, and let's see what you think of what the editor of the Ghanaian Times has written. On the back page of the Ghanaian Times, we have Tamale Stadium finally officially named after former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, the late Aliu Mahama. And before he entered politics, he was a great contractor, great contributor, not only to education, but the entire society of Northern Ghana. Great work he did, becoming Vice President. And, well, as he's passed, he still has his memory living on. That's a good thing. You serve Ghana well, you get to be recognized. Zoom Lion undertakes a disinfection exercise at Beve in the Volta region. Beve. Depends on how you want to say it. Beve. Okay, so we have the Daily Guide newspaper. It has on the front page, EC bosses face probe, meets panel and accusers. The story, page 3 of the paper, says the committee empaneled by the Chief Justice, that is Sophia Abena Ekufu, to look into the alleged abuse of power and corruption scandal that rocked the Electoral Commission, will today meet the committee and the petitioners. Succinct as that, concise. That's all we need to know. And then we have Nana named most influential African in 2017, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Great statesman, great president of the Republic of Ghana, great man. It says Ghana's president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is one of 3 African heads of state named in the list of 100 most influential Africans of 2017. Say hooray. And the others are Rwanda's Paul Kagame and Guinea's Alpha Conde, who is also the chairperson of the African Union. They are the other members of the list who have been named. Nigeria's Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo also made the list in the politics and public service category. Okay, so other Ghanaians named are Chief Brand Officer for Uber Bozoma St. John in the science and category area. And we also had the editor of British Vogue magazine, Edward Kwabena Enimfo, in the media category. That's all. No, what British look at for no. One more Matigana ne no boy jubano. Ariaze. And then so we have Vandal kills Vandal. The story tragic there. It's on the front page of the Daily Guide. Charlie. And then we have Kufuor campaigns for local businesses. The story also is on front page of the Daily Guide. But let's look at the center spread of the Daily Guide. I always like looking at the center spread of the Daily Guide. Today, nothing sensual around there. But we have Kofi Adjolo shows off new girl. Hey. Kofi Adjolo so Penyamo. Better. That's right. This is in the center spread of the Daily Guide newspaper. That's a News One pullout of the Daily Guide newspaper. And then we also have I suspected foul play. That's why I walked off GH1 interview TikTok. And this controversy has been ongoing. Is our hip live artist TikTok becoming a major talking point after walking off during a live television interview on Accra-based GH1 TV. And Philomena Kwetinga hitmaker was incensed and felt disrespected after a video of Shatta Wale Shatta was aired during his one-on-one act. He just didn't feel that it was right. You know, I'm trying to rhyme here. Oh, there's it. rap. So now we have No Hair, I Don't Care, Aisha Med. And we are being told that the lady is center spread. Apparently, we don't have that. Let me stop reviewing. We don't have it. Center spread. Okay, so we have the Daily Dispatch newspaper. The Daily Dispatch newspaper has on the front page Kwame Sefakai on Nitawol's attack on JDM, and people will not be in power forever. And this, this whole story about Dominic Nitawol, who is a Minister of Defense, having gone to inspect some lands, had great reports on how those lands belonging or should have been belonging to the military, abused, etc., by politicians and former state officials and even individuals, businessmen, etc., said to have named, we covered it extensively on the channel, Joy FM and the other sections of multimedia, what the minister said. But it says concretely, the story on page 2 says that celebrated broadcast journalist Kwame Sefakai, Chairman General, as is known, has chastised the Minister of Defense, Dominic Nitawol, over the manner in which he publicly attacked ex-President John Mahama over an alleged disputed land Mahama is said to be occupying. Yeah, we all had great difficulty with what he said. He said Mr. Nitawol must be guided by the fact that he will not be in power forever. The reason why he should be measured in his actions and his utterances, while occupying the position as minister. You should know how you talk. You won't be on power forever, We don't want one day when somebody is doing the same thing against you, then we can't talk. You should be in a position to say that, look, what you're doing. So he was commenting on his program on Peace FM last Friday. He says that, I want to advise the former president, this is what the man said, but this is what Kwame Sefakai said. I try to be as honest as I can. I have my flaws like any other man. Please let's tell Dominic Nitawol that power is transient. He should remember that I listened to his press conference, beautiful press conference, and then he introduced John Mahama into the program about some land issue, and he messed up the program. He should cast his mind back. I don't want to talk too much. If I meet Nitawol, I'll tell him that he should have it at the back of his mind that he will not be in power forever. I love this. The reason why I'm reviewing that, I love this one. Yeah. Charlie Kasano. He deposed big. So you want a interview. So we do yeah. Now let's go to the other stories we have. On MPs as Gracia, give same to nurses and teachers on scrap IT. Okay. Or scrap it. That's presidential suffer. There had been an argument, and there was a story that we had the majority leader being quoted as saying that MPs should be resourced, were paid better. Well, now we're being told the presidential staffer is saying that, well, nurses and co should also be paid well. Yes. So budget, approval. They approve the budget and all that. So it's likely to. And the presidential staffer is Ibrahim Ajay. He's still good a politician. That's why it's not a typical hardline politician. The final newspaper says CDD warns president, fight corruption now or forget about Ghana beyond aid. Nurses caution against using phones during working hours. Tamale to face water challenges due to Naomi Sand, not Naomi, Sand winning activities, and government working to prevent H1N1 spread. Dr. Baumia. Go slow. We have contained the spread. So go slow, Dr. Baumia. So we have government working with WHO to fight swine flu. I remember back in the day, they said, what is this? That time we used to do a lot of abbreviations back in school. These days, the kids don't do it. But they know more than us. I mean, by the time we're, I don't mind. So we have the last paper we're looking at, that's the Business and Financial Times. Support local industries. President Kufuor is on the front page. And you have a picture there of President Kufuor standing with Dr. Sian Japong, who is the chairman of the Jospon Group of Companies. And they were honoring the president. The day was his birthday as well. But they were also climaxing the annual Thanksgiving of the Jospon Group for 2017. In all things, give thanks. Good or bad, give thanks. That's what the Bible says. Egg consumption boosts health. Poultry sector. Hey, More me the egg na my fine. Nkosia chemfua me pair off. Nkosia aji. I love it. A government to slap levy on cashew exports. And that's on page 3 of the paper. I'm an egg fan. I don't know whether I'm addicted, but I think I take it like 6 times, 7 times a week. It's not good, I know, but I don't know. But the paper has given credence to my health practice, Charlie, food practice. Egg consumption boosts health. Poultry sector. Health experts. Hey, let me read this again. Poultry farmers in the country are struggling to increase their returns on investment following low consumption of eggs by Ghanaians as a result of fears about egg cholesterol. Look how I eat egg. My fine. What do I say? The more I eat, the more become better. What do I say? National Egg Campaign has disclosed the situation has led to slow growth of the poultry and other related business. For instance, due to the reduced incomes, farmers are not able to purchase feed regularly. So now be eating egg so that farmers will get. But that's right. So he said the thing that they said egg is bad for your health is not really true. You just have to eat well. Eat local eggs. What do you say? Hey, Ghana. Okay, so that's the way. Now let's look at the online portals. If we can, myjoyonline.com, let's quickly do it because we know the sports team will be here. They're giving us 50 minutes of the latest sports stories, especially from over the weekend. But through it all, you can get interactive. We have on Facebook, JoyNews on TV. We also have our Twitter handle at JoyNews on TV. We're always stream live on Facebook, JoyNews on TV. And we have a channel on YouTube. We're always live. If you like, I can give you the channel live. Now let's go to myjoyonline.com. I gave up my son for adoption to my own parents, and now I want him back. How can you give your child? Hey. Anyway, next one. It's an article. Please go and read it. When I close down, what do you have to offer? When I close down. Okay. Okay. Next. Please go and read it. Man City beats Man to go 11. Charlie, no, Spurs will come. Man City now. The beauty of making the devil your friend. Oh, articles in Kwan. MyJoyOnline.com. Next one. Nooks makes donation to Kumaka. Promises health campaign. Hey. Are they safe? They are safe. They are safe. The National Union of Ghana Students has donated some items to Kumasi Academy in the Ashanti region in solidarity over the recent deaths of students there. Next. Digal loses world title to Trucks and then, or Tro. I hope that it's a Truck, Caleb Tro. Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium. Finally. Mahama will support my flag bearer ambition, Alabi. The former UPSA Vice Chancellor says ex-President John Mahama will gladly support his NDC flag bearer ambition. No problem. We'll talk to you. We'll do a nice package for you this Christmas and see whether it's true. We're going to speak to him very soon. I'll call him today. We'll have a great interview. And we'll see how we can play back that to you with Sylvester Mensah and the rest. Talk to some kids. The market day terrorism as gun-firing bikers leave for dead. And at least 4 people were killed after armed men on motorbikes opened fire in an open market last Sunday in a village at Bunkrugun-Yonyo district of the northern region. Very sad. Deviant. Recalcitrant. Go up. So we have other stories. The Gridco staff to sleep on the premises of ECG. AUCC graduates urged to make a difference. Yo. Go up. Derek Okosam went to AUCC. Congratulations. He graduated yesterday. He says I should tell you that he went to Legon. It was one of the Commonwealth people stabbing their people. Anyway, Derek, were you an associate or you were a real vandal? Pure. So you were the one who was stabbed. Pure vandal, they are not strong. They get stabbed. Pure. Anyway, it's a tragic event. No play here. Anyway, so we go to City FM Online. So 21-year-old Galamsea beheads Pregnant girlfriend at Asankregwa. Hey, behead. Let's read that story. Hey, are you serious? Behead. Well, as that thing is opening, let's look at this one. Next story. 4 dead in Nanjong number 1 in Bunkurugun Yoyo. Now let's go down. Commonwealth Hall murder suspect faces court, and then we have 6 die in car crash on the Suhum Sawam Road. But let's go to that story and quickly look at what we have. It says residents of Newtown, a suburb of Asankregwa in the Wasa Memphis West District of the Western Region, in the early hours of Sunday, woke up to the dastardly killing of one Abena who is carrying a 4-month-old pregnancy by one Felix Kwabna, her boyfriend. Felix Kwabna, 21 years, and a Galamsey operator at Asankregwa, is alleged to have butchered his girlfriend on suspicion that he may be the person responsible for that he may not be the person responsible for the 4-month-old pregnancy. But the fact that you suspect that the child is not yours, or she may have gone to be with somebody else, doesn't mean you have to kill the person. Oh, this is so tragic. So tragic. So tragic. Let's go to let's go up. Tamale Stadium, yeah, we're told. Yes. Let's go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Okay. Left to die. Jewelry industry fades away. It's true. It's true. Local industry. Now we even buy our rings. The rings we do for wedding, we import them. We go to Amazon and buy. Yeah. Wedding ring local. No. You see, I know. Yeah, we should local. No more stress. I don't understand. Can't take far. Let's go up. Let's go up. Nanado now blind to corruption. Purple. And then actress Zaira Wazima was molested on flight. Before the Omoka molestation, we now Kasem Kakacha for molestation. Agana Derek some harassing the women. Now let's go to the BBC. No charges over Sudan women's trousers. The 24 women had attended a party raided by morality police near the capital Khartoum. They were wearing trousers. Maybe it was not baggy enough. It should have been baggy. Between skirts and trousers. But Egypt uncovers ancient tombs at so more ancient tombs are in Egypt. Egypt is a fine country. I'll have to try and visit there again. UN peacekeepers killed in DR Congo. We're told that 14 of them were killed and more than 50 wounded. I'm sure they were sprayed in a rebel attack in the North Kivu province. Okay, so those are the stories we have. Okay, so notably, we have ex-Cameroon defender Massing dies. Wow. Salah scores as Liverpool held by Everton. Yes, Salah. You take the best African player of the year. I know. All right. Okay, so please know that you're watching us live from Ghana Post GPS 0993341. And please make sure that you also upload or download your Ghana Post GPS from Play Store or iPhone for the iPhone, please go and download Ghana Post GPS. Now we have to bring the latest sports stories, but for all things, please get interactive on Facebook. We are always there live. We want a lot more of your comments. So when you're watching us, please give us your comments on Twitter. Also, we'll be happy at JoyNews on TV. And then please search for us on YouTube. And the channel's name is My Joy Online TV. We're grateful for you still sticking and staying with us